Thank you for joining me. As ever, it was just a little passing phrase that I heard that started my thinking going. And the phrase was make, do and mend. A phrase that I was well used to, born and brought up just after the war. We had to make, do and mend. And I can remember my dad, in fact, the last that he used to use is a doorstop down here. Oh, a few cobwebs on it. Oops. He used to buy pieces of rubber and mend shoes so that they would keep going. And yeah, I've mended trainers, canvas ones, where the upper has come away from the edge, where it's raised around the edge. Bit of glue, bit of weight on it for a while, and jobs are good and they kept going another year. So it's something to which I am well used. Not just shoes, but clothes. Making clothes last by mending. Dare I say, patching? And I've done that with a skirt that I really liked, and I caught it and got a hole on it, so I did some decoupage onto it to cover the hole and put it in a couple of places, and everybody said, "Oh, I love your skirt, is that a new one?" No. And darning. I was walking the other day and I thought, oh, my heel feels a bit funny. Got home and a hole in my walking socks. So, no problem, darned them. And I should imagine that for most people it would be in the bin. But in these days, I feel that we have to take more responsibility for what we use and what we throw away. So it's clothes, shoes, mending, handing them on. And I use charity shops. I take things to them and I buy things from them. And it helps the charities and it helps me and it helps the overflowing dumping sites. So why ever not? And I had a friend who used to live next door, but sadly she moved to live miles and thousands of miles away. And she was the most amazing charity shop buyer I've ever come across. She would buy outfits that were absolutely gorgeous, designer label ones for next to nothing. And there'd be a phone call, "Can you come round and pin up the hem for me?" So I would pin and then she would sew. But there's also the throwaway things that we have to throw away because there's no way of mending them. And I had a toaster die on me recently. Check the fuse, check the wiring of the plug. No, unfortunately, it was not working. And it had to be thrown. And I thought, there should be somebody who could repair that. And I did try and find somebody, but there wasn't anybody. And I remember some time ago, there was a town or a village where they had a group of people who used to meet regularly for the villagers, the townspeople, to come along, bring things such as broken toasters, a broken iron, that could be mended for a small charge. Brilliant. Again, keeping stuff from the landfill. But we just haven't got the skills, and those make, do and mends, it's not just the toasters. I mean, the bigger things now. Oh no, that's got to go, you'll have to get a new one. Or people choose to get new things because things have gone out of fashion. I've got chairs in my conservatory. I couldn't afford real leather ones, and unfortunately the sunshine's made the pretend leather crack. So I've put throws over them. Not to everybody's taste, but you know, it saved either throwing those, taking them to the tip, or making do with cracked furniture. And there are ways round these things, but we haven't got the skills. I met a lady, or I knew a lady a few years ago who had lost a button off a cardigan. And she said, well, I'll have to throw it because I won't be seeing my mum for another few weeks. I said, well, haven't you got the button? Yes, I've got the button. I said, well, sew it back on. No idea how to do that. Really? Is it just me, or do people these days not teach their children how to do things such as putting a new fuse in a plug, sewing a button back on? The simple little things, the little life skills. Oh, I'm going into mingy moan mode here. I do apologise. But maybe if we teach our children and they respect the fact that we don't need to have replacement furniture just because we fancy a change. Or maybe it's just me. Is that okay? Yeah. Change it with a new cushion. Put a new cover on your cushion. And that's what I did to brighten mine up. Oh, hecky thump. Right, on that note, I'm going to go and fluff up my cushions and put my feet up for a bit. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye for now. Bye.